Okay. Let's talk about deductibles and the various levels of deductibles that you can have. And, um, what are the implications of having a lower deductible versus a higher deductible, and other than to just your pocketbook?
So primarily, so I do want to point out that that is the number one way to reduce your premiums.
Okay.
Higher deductibles, lower premiums. So that's one way to do it. You're basically self-insuring. What's your level of risk?
Yep.
And
Okay.
you should always base your insurance policy on your level of risk. What do you have to lose? So when I have people come in that own a condo, and they want to get insurance on their car, but they want the state minimum. Well, now their level of risk is their equity in that home
Right.
because I can't find out how much insurance you have. I know I'll find out quickly if you don't have enough, but public records tell me what you own.
Mm.
So if I'm going to be someone that wants to litigate, my first point of attack is going to be your assets, and your asset could be your real estate. So that's really critical to know. And having a higher deductible then allows you to have maybe higher coverage so that someone doesn't sue you, but you absorb the cost. So comprehensive is strategically my advice has always been a lower comprehensive deductible, $250, and a higher collision deductible, 1,000. And the process I put in place, it's not just arbitrary, but I used to use 250 as a basis because windshields were $300 to $400. So by having a $500 deductible, my logic was you're having a deductible that's high enough that it keeps your insurance company from offsetting your costs.
Right.
And then you have a $500 collision deductible. So that used to be, historically, that was the most common. 500 collision, 500 comprehensive. But you have, depending on the company, you can go from zero to 3,000, maybe even more in deductibles. So when I would make my suggestions, it would be have the lower comprehensive deductible because remember, it doesn't go against your record.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're on the road all the time and you're in a sales position or you travel a lot to see your kids between schools, whatever it might be, um, replacing a windshield shouldn't be a burden to you. On collision, since the rates will go up over, if anything is reported your fault over $1,000, the DMV finds out. We have to tell them your points going to go up, your rates are going to go up. Well, if you have $1,000 deductible, you're shortening the chance of that going up.
Because the
Um,
insurance company doesn't have to report the the insurance company only reports the difference between the total minus the deductible.
Deductible.
Got it. Okay.
That's correct.
Okay.
It's what the insurance company
Got
pays.
it.
And thank you for clarifying that. That I
Okay.
should mention that. Yeah. So if the insurance company pays out over 1,000
Got it.
or 1,000 above, it goes to DMV. So what will happen is if you take where this number came from, I apologize. I have to interject. It was before the pandemic and before all the current cost of repairs were there. Average cost of repairs for a small dent was about, well, for a small dent, average accident was about $1,800. That was the last recorded number that I had seen. So that was my logic. If you have a $1,000 deductible and you have an $18,000 damage to your car, yes, you're paying $1,000. Insurance company's paying $800, but you're not seeing a rate increase that would be on your record for at least 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
possibly six, depending on the discount level that you're at. So that $500 would get absorbed within the first 12 months
Right.
for sure, 6 months possibly. So you're better off with the premium that you would save by having the higher deductible if you put $20 a month aside until you reach that $500 and just kept a slush fund for that 500 extra on the
Mm-hmm.
deductible, you'd be okay. Now, that works for you and your car. You can't control if you hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, you have no control over the cost of my repairs. So
Right.
chances are that would be reported if the same situation happened, but it was you hit my car for the repair of $1,800.